Hello and welcome to day 11 of the No New November challenge. Today we are going to be turning envelopes into page flips as well as pages themselves. I'll take you through that in a minute. First I want to just congratulate Michelle. She was the first person to respond to seeing the butterfly again in yesterday's video. So she will be winning a little packet of paper, a paper packet. So in here is a mixture of stamp catalogue pages. You've got some Edith Holditt pages, some what do you call them? Completely gone from my mind. What are they called? Ledger pages. There's some flower book pages in here, some recipe pages, all kind of mostly vintage. There are a couple slightly more modern looking ones in this pack. There's 50 pages, or around about 50 pages in here. So this will be ringing to her as soon as I can get down to the post office. But if you have missed out on this one, there will be another one. It will appear again at some point, so keep an eye out for it. It will obviously not today. This is not the video which it is, but as soon as you do see this pop up into a video, send me an email. My email is in the link below, and the first person to do so will win the second paper pack. So right, today the first thing I've done is I have gone through and all my pages, and I've kind of started to pair some together so I can know what works well together with each page. So here I'm just thinking about the colours which are next to each other, and patterns which are next to each other, whether or not it's too busy or if it's relatively plain. Some are more busier than others. Keeping an eye out, obviously I've got some blank pages, but that's okay because I will be possibly doing some when we come to do a fabric page, I might fabric pocket, I might use this, which we're doing tomorrow. It kind of gives me a basic basis to work on. So yeah, I'm just basically piecing what looks good next to each other at this stage. So I'm just popping these. So these are the two which we did yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. And these are the two which I'm going to be sort of working with today. I've got these two envelopes. What I have done already is I've just covered up the address on them. So they're essentially plain with a bit of tea dyed paper. Now these I want to sit just behind these windows, and I'm going to use them as a kind of almost like a decoration to see through these windows. So these are going to go in just like this. So when you open your page, these will then flip out like this with a pocket. This will be glued down. I will probably decorate the inside of this. I will leave this blank. I will decorate this, obviously, because you can then see it through the window. I possibly, it's one of these things, if I had some really nice digitals printed out, I might just stick on a digital and be done with it, but I don't. I have not had a working printer for a very long time, so I haven't got very much digitals printed out in my stash, my spare, and I'm not allowed to print out new now that I've got some. So I've got this. I'm going to start off with this one first, and then we'll do some of this. Basically what I want to do on this is I want to decorate relatively simple the front of these, and then these will be pockets which I can put in my tags, whichever tag I decide to put in, and you'll see it through this, which is nice. You can sometimes when you do these, because I bake my papers after I've tea dyed them just to dry them quicker, because here in the UK we don't have hot weather, but sometimes this plastic sheeting can crumple up and basically disintegrate. It's not very nice, it melts. But if that does happen and you are able to save the aperture, I have done this before, like, oh, I haven't done it before, but this one I did have to tear here, but there's no reason why you couldn't put some what do you call it, washi tape or something down there, and then you could put a little bit of perspex behind it so you can recreate this look again. Or even vellum might be quite nice, because then you can see, you can't see clearly through it, it kind of gives you just a vision behind it. Right, so let's get started. Just gonna pop those back over here for now and let's get going. Oh, actually want the pocket pages. So these are pretty much the right size for the aperture of my shaker pages. So these are what I can see on this will be what I will see through there. So I want to, on this side of the page, I'll probably leave this side relatively plain. I want to decorate up a little bit of this corner. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some layering. I'm going to get some scrappy things. See what I've got that I am able to use. I might use a little bit of this. This is actually wallpaper. It's some, what do you call it? Copper or rose gold. I use a little bit of that. Got some strips here of random plain pieces. Just seeing what's in my stack. Got some paper. Now I want something focal. Now I've been using a lot of washi stickers and whatnot. I really want, I think, a page with a nice flower. Let's see, let's pull this out. So I've got this Wildflowers of Britain month by month. So I think I'm going to have a look at what's in November. If I go to November, I might use these. Oh, pardon me. October. Sorry. Looks like I've only got one page for November, so I might end up taking some of the October pages. Using those. Use that. So these are actually pretty much more or less the full size. I may end up just cutting down the November one into two kind of strip pieces and using them behind and then saving this for something else. We'll see. Let's just trim them out anyway. It's got a very Edith Holden kind of feel to it, these drawings. I don't think they were done by her, they were done by somebody else. Margaret's notes. So that was been done. Margaret Erskine Wilson is the person who did these, so I believe, That's the name on the front of the book. Very pretty. What's quite sad is that on this, it's a shame that you can't kind of use it double. Ooh, we could. If we cut that in half, we could then hinge it on, so you can flip it open and there's like a hidden spot behind it. Maybe we'll do that. So I'm gonna trim straight up the middle here. Probably should have measured that, but it's just, I'm going to, I should have just measured it from the beginning, but straighten this up. It would be a lot easier if I had a guillotine here, which would be, or a trimmer, but I haven't got one here at the moment. It is downstairs in the TV room where I've been using it to sort out some of my papers. What did I do with the lid? Right. This is exciting. So the first thing I'm going to do, you guessed it, ink it. When I stick it on, I will pay attention to what colours I've got in my, when I put this in, choose which page it goes with. I'll make sure the ones which work best go together, rather than just popping them in. Nice and easy. You have to do both sides. Sorry, a lot of inking. Today I am burning cherry blossom. It's not very autumnal, but it smells amazing. It's actually one of my favourite ones. I have a bigger version of it downstairs in my living room. Sorry, lots of inking. Could probably skip over this, but I'm feeling that I want it on this page. So I'm going to put it. round we go. Today it is definitely looking a bit more miserable out there, so no walkies today. My husband is actually not here today, he's back at work for the day. Means I can do this without feeling guilty about neglecting him, but he's so very supportive of me actually. I had a massive I ordered on Amazon, what's the word, eBay a while ago, before November, I will hasten to add. I ordered a new ledger which came in the post, and it was huge, absolutely huge. Books about this chunky and a good size, bigger than A4. I was just like, my husband's like, what on earth are you ordering? I'm like, eek. Sorry, but it's so pretty. It's got some really lovely writing in it. I'm so excited to use it. Right, so I've got those pieces together. I'm going to pop those to a side. I'm also going to do all my inking while I'm doing it, try and do it all at once. What I will do on these is, on one side I'm going to take one of my hole punches. There's my other little round one. Go. There we go. Some circle punches. I'm just going to find roughly the middle, and on one side I'm going to cut out a half semi. Okay, I'm going to do it on this side as well. I've got this like line here which gives me quite a nice like guideline to give me almost a perfect like indent, and I'll do it again on this one. I'm going to do it on the other side of the paper on this one. One and two. And ink away. Sorry. I should probably fast forward this, but I haven't quite gotten the hang of the whole editing thing yet. I'm still working out, learning my program, so apologies. It's a learning curve this for me. I'm enjoying doing these actually. It's really nice. I kind of feel like I'm creating with other people, even though I'm sat here by myself. I'd love to actually do a meetup one day. I've never actually been and done a crafting meetup for this kind of thing. I mean, I used to run a craft club, which was good, but everybody looks at you when you're running and for ideas, and you don't tend to manage to take away with yourself anything hugely. You do occasionally learn things from them as well, but it's nice because actually I used to run it with another lady, and the other lady kind of her crafting specialism was a different area to mine, so I did learn when she took the lessons. It was quite nice. We took it in turns, so some weeks like it would be either or, which was nice because it meant I didn't have to prepare every week for every month. We only did it once a month, because it does take up time preparing this kind of thing, doing crafts. I mean, it takes a long time to prepare to actually just do the craft yourself. Sometimes you're setting up and finding the right things. I mean, it's okay for you if you've got yourself a room like I have. Everything's here more or less. I do find that sometimes I'm missing things, but yeah, sorry, should be doing this in frames. So I've been going through and making up some of these paper packs with all the various different things. There's encyclopedia pages in there as well. And I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there might be some French pages in there too, but I can't quite remember what I've put in there, to be honest. Some storybook pages. There's some pages with photos of flowers on. There's some pages of a couple of small illustrated pages. There's all sorts in there, actually. I'm just going to glue this down because I don't want it to separate. And I will be putting some available to purchase if you do not win and you're interested in them. They will be on my Etsy store after well, hopefully in a few days' time, what I've got left of them, if you are interested in those. Right, so inking is done. Right. She says I'll probably end up inking some other things in a minute, but right, let's start with one. Now, the way I want this to work is I want to layer it on these. So I've got something here, but I still want the whole thing to hinge out. I don't want it, I want this to be plain. So what I'm going to do is very careful. I want a relatively plain. Actually, do I still have? I wonder where I put that. I used to have a plain. I'll tell you what, I'll just use this because it's pretty plain. And I'm just gonna set it, pop it down this side, and then I'll pop it on the other side as well, and then we've got our hinge. Using there's actually I don't know, you probably can't see it on this, there's very faint check pattern on this, so I'm using that to kind of line everything up. I'm going to tuck this around here, so we've got the beginning of our hinge, and then let's just pop this one on there as well. Okay, so we've got our hinge. Let's have a look what it looks like next to. Oh, I probably wanted it the other way around. Oh well. Let's put this one on this one. This one's still got, yeah, we'll put that one there. Okay. So it'll be like that. I'm going to put some of these papers next to it. So I think that'll be quite nice, right? So it into an slightly interesting shape. So I will do this on here, and then I only want a hint of this behind there. I will ink these up, I think. A bit of book page, maybe. Let's see what this will look like. Now, looking at that, it looks too busy, so I'm going to have to pull this over like this a little bit. Just tuck that behind this. It's only a little. Let's see what it looks like now. It's better, but I actually think that this might be better without this. So let's just see what. Oops. Yeah, I think. Sorry, this is I'm being very indecisive. Very indecisive. I think that's too much. I'll go with this, right? That's get out the ink again. Sorry. Everything needs to be inked. I think it's because I'm just not so good at pairing up patterns next to patterns, so I need to disguise the pattern a little bit with this. That's why I use lots of it. Oh dear. But that's okay. It's a different creative process. Oops. The reason I'm inking the back is because you will see the back. So we don't want... I'm just gluing along one edge here. Because we don't want to stay like that. And so when you're distressing pages, what's your favourite, well, if you're using distress inks, what's your favourite colour? And if you don't have distress inks, what do you use instead? I guess that's the question. I mean, I've used, in the past, I've used ground coffee. I think I mentioned that before. But I've also used, so just put a little bit of beaded glue along here. I've used some shoe polish before. I'm just going to glue it along the edge here, under here, because this is not going to have stuck brilliantly. There we go. So we're essentially going to have a double flap. So we're going to have this secret hidden righty space underneath. I'm going to stick a label on there, I think, maybe. We'll see at the end. And then you glue this down. So that's find the actual page I'm going to be gluing onto. So like I said, these two pages I have matched next to each other. So I will be putting these together. And I want this to sit about here. You can have them on the edge of the pages, but this is not going to work with this particular one where I've done this, because I've needed to have done this in a little bit further if I was going to do that. So for this one, I'm just going to glue it here where it is. So I'm just get my glue, go around the edge. Pop that there. So hopefully that will sit. No, I need to bring it down a little bit more. It's about right. So it'll sit like that. So I have an area to write underneath. Have the flap. And in here, as it's Armistice Day today, I've got some poppy pages which I'm going to pop inside here. I've got a couple of them there. Lest we never forget, or lest we remember, that's the one. There we go. So that is that one. And I put that to the side. I'm not sure how long this video is now. Apologies if it's going on. So this one I want to bring right up to the edge of the page because I want to flip it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue it in place first. So this should come and tuck right up to the page edge here. Let's see if that's going to be right. Yep. And I will glue that in place first. Okay, so that will sit like that and we will see through there. So with this one, we want this one to sit more further in like that. Down the side. Oops, may have done this too long. I've done it a little long on this outside here. So I'm just going to trim that down. There we go. So it should sit right there. In fact, I'm actually just going to leave that like that because I think that gives it, there's enough space there, plain. And we've got this nice little hinge here, and then we've got the full-on pocket here. Decorating, I'm probably going to decorate this side because there's already a blank up here, so let's put this bit here. Oopsies. Oh no! See, this is what I make mistakes all the time. It's okay, we can fix it. I will go around actually and I will just darken the edge of this page. So where I've globbed it there, I'm going to get my little, I've got some ink splotches somewhere, I think. Ink splodge. We'll go with that one. Ink splodge. Just take it off. This is one I've not used yet, so it's really stuck onto the acrylic on the back. Oh, have to use your strength to get that off. Using the same colour because that's what I've spilt. I'm going to splodge. Oops. I want to make sure that I'm getting there we go. Now it looks like it's intentional. Everything can be fixed, all mistakes. So let's put this back on here, put that away. Bring this back in here. There, and I will get a mushroom. Let's get a mushroom. Fun loving mushrooms. I think I might need the bigger one. Yeah, let's go there. Glue. Okay. And then take this off of here. I love washi stickers. Although sometimes I do feel that I use them too much. Can you use washi stickers too much? I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you ever get is there ever enough washi stickers? I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. There we go. So we've got this. got a little secret flappy area. Got that. I like that. This one. Okay. I quite like this. I'm going to probably actually stamp some bits around. Let's get some words going, shall we? Up the right way. Okay. If you had archival ink, that might be nice, because then you could have it go over it, it would stick. I think it's archival, or mementos. I've only got black alcohol ink, so I don't think I'll use that, but if I had brown I might use it. Let's put some washi tape. I'm going to put some mushrooms on this one. Okay, I like that. Simple as that. These, haven't decided. I'm trying to leave some blank spaces so that I can use them. So I think I might just leave that as is. This one. I don't want to overly decorate these areas. I might leave this one even blank, this one, because I want what I'm putting in there to be seen and that be the focal. So I think on this one, this side, I'm going to do something. Use a little bit of this again. This is wallpaper. I found it in a bargain bin in a local area where I am, and I was just like, oh, it's pretty. It's probably more than I would normally have bought it for it, and I didn't really necessarily buy it for this in mind for crafts, but not that I would use it as wallpaper. It's a little bit too much for wallpaper, but I don't know, might have used it for something else. Ooh. Let's stick that to me. Let's put you down there. Then I'm going to put a transparency over this, so let's get those little books on. Pre-done. These are so cute. I love these. A big butterfly. What about that? Not sure if the red in that's right. Let's try this one. Yeah, like that. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tear a little bit of this white to put underneath, because I think that it just needed breakup of colour and lightening. Do I want to ink this up? Probably. Yeah. Not going to do much, just turn it down. Okay, stick that on there. Ooh. So I've mentioned that I've been watching Big Bang Theory. It's one of those things which is just so funny. It's so funny. Me and my husband enjoy, we pop it on at night when we're eating our dinner. We've been playing board games. We've sometimes pop that in the background. Although we haven't played board games recently. I've been a bit too our brains have been a little bit too fuzzed to for us to be able to function enough to work out who's winning and to play properly. That's up. Not like a large number. Oh, all blue ones. Oh, that's quite nice. That's a dark. Let's go with that. Why is it when I want the blue ones, I pick out every other colour but, and when I want a red one, I get every other colour but? It's the way of the world. It's a certain person's law. Right. So that's that, and really quickly on this back side I have decided to pop on some of this lovely napkin. So I've got a bit more of this napkin around, so I'm going to glue up the whole thing. Ooh, that makes a nice crunching sound, doesn't it? I do think, I mean, I don't really watch AMSR things. I don't quite understand what it's all about, but I do think sometimes craft videos would make fabulous ASMR videos, because the sounds that you get from when you're doing things, just even from like inking up and stuff, I think it would make really nice ASMR video. I don't understand it. I'm sure there's a reason, there's a science behind it, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure myself. But yeah, I do think crafts, I have seen some people doing them. I do find it relaxing actually sometimes when you kind of can't sleep. Stick on a craft video where there's not a lot going on in terms of talking, and you just listen to the person crafting. It's quite nice. I fall asleep to that. Then, oops, oh no, I've ripped it. So when you've ripped it, the great thing about this is you can fix it because it's glue. And when you go around the edges later, it will get lost with the inking. Oops. Trying to do this on screen, so you can very gently, as gentle as I can. If you go around with a fine bit of water around the outside, it does loosen this up a bit. I think I said that in one of my other videos, but go slow. There you go. Pop that to one side. Just going to get my nail file. Just take off those excess bits that I don't want. You don't have to do this. This is not working so well because it's not card back. That's done its job. Ink. So for this video I've been using walnut stain as mine. I do tend to swap between walnut stain, vintage photo and gathered twigs. I don't have a particular favourite, I don't think. I tend to use them for slightly different things usually. Sometimes I use more than one on the same thing, but today I just wanted to use one. There you go. Nice and simple. I've got a nice little packet. So we've got 2 pockets, one relatively plain, one relatively patterned, and then we've got 2 flip outs. So tomorrow we are going to be doing pockets from our bedding. So if you haven't got a sewing machine, you're going to want some Fabri-Tac or something like that to glue it, proper fabric glue. Alternatively, you can hand stitch. I'm not the best at hand stitching, so I'm probably not going to do that, but yeah, no, I hope you've enjoyed today, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. And don't forget to keep an eye out for the butterfly for the next time. Thank you very much. Bye now.